Hey guys, this is Dave from Escape Creative, and in this video I'm going to show you how to copy or move over some of our Design Upgrade Pro for LearnDash settings from one site to another site or to a new site. So this is going to involve accessing the database for your site, both the database for the old site as well as for the new site or the site that you're copying settings to. So if you don't know how to do that, please check with your host. See if they allow access to the database, and then you can ask them in which way that they allow that. Most hosting companies use a tool called phpMyAdmin to access the database, so maybe look for something like that in your control panel. So let's say here we are on the existing site or the old site. We've set up a bunch of colors in general design, a whole bunch of button styles. We've set up all of these different styles here, and we want to be able to copy all of them and move them over. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your database, and the first thing we need to do is we need to find the WP_options table. So your interface here might look different for your phpMyAdmin or however you're accessing your database, but usually most of them have a left-hand column with the names of the databases. So we scroll down, we find the WP_options table. So we click on that, and then that gives us all of our WP options. One thing I like to do is if there's a limit, or if you can choose how many are shown on one page, I'll show an enormous amount of them on one page, and then I'll just do a simple browser find for LDX3, and that will pull up this LDX3_design_upgrade. So this is the option name, and then this over here is the option value. So once you find the LDX3 design upgrade option, we can click edit, and this is going to show us the option value. So what this is here, it kind of looks like a bunch of technical jargon that you may not understand, but essentially this is storing all of our settings that you set in the customizer for our plugin. It just stores them in the proper way that WordPress stores information in a database for these types of options. So you don't need to understand how any of this works, just know that this contains all of your settings for Design Upgrade Pro for LearnDash. So all you're going to do is copy all of these to your clipboard, and we're going to use those in our next step when we move over to the new site. All right, so here we are on the new site, and we've installed and activated Design Upgrade Pro for LearnDash. So the best option is to have it activated and then go into your customizer. And because you haven't set anything up yet, none of these settings will be applied yet. So none of them will have any values. What you should do is just update one setting. It doesn't matter which tab you're on, it doesn't matter which setting it is, just any one setting that you want. So I'm just going to come in here and set the global border radius to 0 and make that the setting, and then I'm going to click publish. So what this does is this sets up your new database to put in that LDX3_design_upgrade option in the database for then you to copy what you just copied from the last, or paste what you just copied from the last section in your old site and paste it into the new database. So let me show you what that looks like. So here I am in the new site database, or the site that I want to copy these settings over to, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing that I just did. I'm going to do a search for LDX3 because I want to find the LDX3_design_upgrade option here, and then here you'll see this is the option value. So now this is a lot shorter. You only see one thing here, so let me go ahead and edit it, and you just see a much shorter version of your settings here. That's because we only set that one setting for border radius, and it's set to 0. So all you're going to do here is you're going to take what you have in your clipboard, or what you just saved from the old site, which is all of your settings. You're going to delete that, and you're going to paste in what you had copied in the previous step from your old site. So this has all of your settings now that you set. And just make sure you click whatever save button you need to save and store this in the database. And now let's hop back over to the customizer and look at that new site and see if it worked and if it brought in all of our settings. All right, so here we are on the new site that we were just looking at, and the only general design option that we set was the global border radius. We set it to 0. But now if you look, it's set to 20. That's because that was the old site setting. Also, we've got all of these colors here set up. We've got all these button options set up. So what we essentially did was copy all those settings from the old site and put them in the new site. So I know this might look a little bit technical. If you're unsure, you might want to hire somebody just to make sure that you don't mess anything up in the WordPress database. But it is also pretty straightforward if you follow these instructions. And before you make any of these changes, it's always really important to do a complete backup of your WordPress site. Make sure that your database is backed up as well, just so that if anything goes wrong, you can restore the old database and bring your site back to what it was before you made any changes here. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.